I moved into this old apartment complex last month. It's one of those creepy, half-renovated buildings with new paint slapped over ancient bones. On my lease, it says I'm in apartment 612. The door next to mine says 614, but there's no 613. There's no door, no gap, just a solid stretch of wall between them. I asked the leasing office, and the guy just blinked. Said there is no room 613. Never has been. That would have been fine. Just one of those weird design choices, right? Except now I hear things, knocking, from the wall where 613 should be. Always 3 knocks, slow, precise, never random. I finally mentioned it to my neighbor in 614. She got real quiet. Then she said, "Just don't answer it." Answer what? She wouldn't say more. Just told me that the last tenant in 612 had to break their lease, left in the middle of the night, didn't even pack. Last night I came home late and noticed something new. There was a peephole in the wall between my door and 614. I swear it wasn't there before, and it was still warm to the touch. They weren't flashing their brights at me to be rude. They were trying to save us. It was late. Rural Pennsylvania, Route 447. Just miles and miles of pitch-black back roads. Not a single house. No lights. Only the deer, the foxes, and whatever else lives out there after dark. We were driving slow, high beams on, trying not to kill something. That's when we saw a car coming the other way. It started flashing its brights, over and over. I turned mine off, but they kept flashing. Again and again. I figured it was just some guy being dramatic. So we kept driving. Then we hit a bridge. Old, narrow, unlit. And that's where she was, dead center in the road, sitting cross-legged, still. At first we thought it was debris, but when the high beams hit, it was a woman. Her skin looked wrong, like it was slipping off her face, mouth hanging open, eyes glazed black, no emotion, no movement, just staring. Then we saw him. A man sitting off to the side on the guardrail, same dead eyes, same pale skin, watching. I slowed down, but only for a second, because my gut screamed, "This is a setup. If I stopped, we were dead." I swerved around her, and the man moved, just enough to let us pass. We didn't stop, we didn't look back, we just drove. But I still see her face, and whatever she was, whatever they were, it didn't feel human. My girlfriend and I had just moved into a small, renovated rental. 1 bedroom, 1 bath. It wasn't old or creepy. Just small. Simple. We thought it would be perfect. But almost immediately, she started saying the place made her skin crawl. She'd come upstairs, saying she didn't feel right being alone downstairs, that it felt like someone was staring at her through the windows. And then she started hearing sounds, tapping on the windows, soft thuds, like small stones being thrown at the glass. She kept telling me something was off, but I didn't believe her. Not until the door slammed. I was upstairs when I heard it. The front door slammed shut. Not a creak, a full heavy slam. I thought she'd gone out for a smoke without me. So I rushed downstairs and found her sitting in the living room, white as a sheet. "You heard it too," she said. I looked at the door. Still locked. I even slammed it myself. It made the exact same noise, but she never left her chair. "There's no way I could have slammed it, locked it, and gotten back here before you came down," she said. She was right. Then we both heard it. Plink. A sharp sound at the window. "That's the sound," she whispered. "That's what I keep hearing." We tested everything. Keys, pebbles, fingernails. From inside, outside. Nothing matched the sound. The windows were double glazed. The noise we heard, it was sharp, echoey, impossible for that kind of glass. The only single glazed glass in the house was on the inner door. I tapped it with my key, and we both froze. That was the sound. A few days later, the neighbor casually mentioned the last tenant had died in the house. My girlfriend left soon after, and when she moved out, The house went silent. No tapping, no slamming, nothing. I stayed, and I keep wondering, maybe it wasn't the house that didn't like her. I bought a vanity at a thrift store a few months ago. Big mirror, heavy frame, kind of antique looking. It was one of those impulse buys. My apartment was still half empty, and I figured it would look nice in the corner of my room. For a while, it did. Just a quiet piece of furniture. I'd set my coffee down on it, toss keys into the drawer. No big deal. Until the night I saw something move in the mirror. Before I did, I was brushing my hair before bed. One hand holding my phone, the other brushing, not really looking. And out of the corner of my eye, I saw my reflection tilt its head. It was so fast, subtle, but I hadn't moved. I stood there, staring into the mirror, daring myself to blink. It stared back. I told myself I was imagining it. Maybe I had moved just a second earlier than I thought, but the next night, it happened again. This time I blinked, and the reflection didn't. Then it smiled. I didn't. I backed up fast, nearly tripped over my laundry basket. When I looked again, everything was normal. I didn't sleep much that night. A few days passed without anything strange. Then I woke up around 3 a.m. to a soft dragging sound. My bedroom was dark, but the blanket I'd thrown over the mirror had slipped to the floor. I was still lying in bed, but in the mirror, I was standing. Same pajamas, same posture, but my reflection was on its feet, just staring at me. I remember squeezing my eyes shut, counting to 5. When I opened them, the mirror was normal again. I didn't scream. I didn't tell anyone. I just dragged the vanity out to the curb the next morning, didn't wait around to see who took it. I wonder if they've looked in the mirror at night and seen me staring back.